Boots on the ground, that's what the Q Center for Missing Person does. Volunteers giving up their time in hopes of finding someone's loved one. A loved one like Ebonee Spears. The 30-year-old was last seen on January 14, 2016. She attempted to make a phone call at the Wilmington Police Department but went missing after that. Q Center volunteers have been on Ebonee's case from the beginning and keep the message of hope alive. Q's volunteers hitting the streets with numerous campaigns to get the word out about her case, balloon launches, awareness events. Here's Ebonee's mother in her own words.
Had any kind of resolve is locating her, but we always consider every search successful because we've eliminated more space and we know where she's not. We just have to get one day to the right space to locate Ebonee. So with that said, I wanted to talk to Harriet about, how do you feel, Harriet, when you know there's an upcoming search? Like, what are some of the things that go through your mind, and how does it make you feel, and what does your family go through?
Well, basically me, I get a little anxious, and then I ask myself, is this going to be the day that we find anything, or this is going to be the day that we're not? And hoping that this is not the way we find Ebonee.
Right.
That's the key thing. I don't want her found this way, but we still have to do the searches to eliminate the possibility.
So are you still hopeful even at this time that maybe she's still out there, maybe being held against her will or something? Or like, what goes through your mind on that?
Every day I think that there's a stronghold, person, place, or thing that is preventing her from coming home or contacting us. I do.
Because most of the time, if parents tell me right off the bat, I feel my child's gone, do you have that feeling? Because usually the parents have that connection.
I refuse to let myself feel that she's gone.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't, yeah.
So you're going to remain hopeful until the last minute of the day.
That's it. Mm-hmm.
So whenever the search is ended and there's been nothing found, is it a relief to you, or like what goes through your mind then?
Like I said before, it's a relief that we didn't find her this way, but then it's back to square one.
Yeah.
We're right back to square one.
It's frustrating.
Yeah.
So in all the time now, with the years that she's been missing, have you found a way to comfort yourself, or found a way to get through to the next, if you will, disappointment because we don't have a resolve yet?
Just continue to live day to day, do what I do. Since I retired, I don't work anymore, so that eliminates me being busy. But with the other kids, the grandkids, and the daily things,
daily things in life.
Yeah.
And what's your number one thing that finds you peace through all this?
The kids.
The kids.
The kids.
I know God is the center of you guys' life, and I know you guys go to church and you believe. Do you think that if you were talking to another family that didn't have Christ or Lord in their life, do you think that would be an important value?
Most definitely. If there is a family out there that doesn't have God in their life as the center of their life, it's going to be even harder.
Yeah.
Even though it's been 6 years and people, the non-believers, say, well, then why do you believe in God? Things going to come to be when it's come to be.
Right.
And I believe that when I'm saying that, I trust and believe in the Lord, and He's going to give me an answer. I do.
I do too.
Yeah.
I believe in that.
Yeah.
And I believe sometime, I don't know, I've said it a million times, I don't know why some families have to wait longer than others.
True,
and some families that really aren't even seeking that hard, or maybe even don't even know their loved one's missing, and then they're found so easily, and then we struggle for years to search for the others, and it's so frustrating as a searcher sometimes. And then sometimes you put years into searching for somebody, and then somebody accidentally walks off the side of a highway and finds them. We celebrate that, but at the same time it's like, oh my God, we've put so much time, and you really want to be a part of that, because we as searchers need to process all of that as well.
Sure,
we have to let go and say goodbye and in our own ways. And sometimes just the resolution of finding someone is that, I don't want to say closure, but is that resolution for us and helps us guide to the next one.
Yeah. And I think about like when God led the Israelites to wander for 40 years, and they made it.
Right.
So 6 years,
Right.
I've endured 6 years.
Right.
And if they can endure 40 years, I can endure 6 years and how many more years he give me, but I am going to stand firm that I'm going to get an answer. Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, there's still a reward out for Ebonee. I know we have, it was a $5,000 reward, and then Crime Stoppers has $1,000 or so. So there's still a reward out there, and our reward is no questions asked, and it's cash reward. So it doesn't have any kind of ties to it. It doesn't. It's basically if you tell us the direct location and we recover her, both of those items, then you will get the money. And so our rewards are a little different than others. You don't have to have a conviction. You don't have to have an arrest. We're not worried about any of that because we're not part of the investigation. We're part of the resolution and finding the missing person.
Yeah, and understand you put out rewards to encourage people to come forward. But the humanity side of it, you don't look at gaining money from something like this.
Right.
You do the right thing.
Right.
If you know something, heard something, you just come forward with God.
Say something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Understand. And so, with that said, we're closing out today, and we've had quite a bit of resources on the ground. We still got a few teams out, and we're wrapping up today, and we haven't found anything. But again, we've eliminated a large area of space that you can ride by and know she's not here.
Yeah.
And so, as well as myself as a searcher and living nearby on this particular case, because a lot of areas bother you, and so when you finally get in them and clear them and know, you did a good job, then you can drive by with a little bit more peace, and it helps you move on to the next place to search as well.
Yeah.
So with that, the last thing left to say to anybody, from a mother to anybody that's listening to this, what is the last thought you want to leave them with, or last request you want to leave them with concerning your daughter, Ebonee Spears, missing from Wilmington, North Carolina for 6 years now?
Last thought, wherever she is, like I say, if there is someone that's preventing her from coming home, please remember that she is somebody's child. She's my child. She has a child, a young woman that needs her mother. So if you can do anything to help us get Ebonee home, it will be greatly appreciated.
All right, well, thank you, Harriet, and we will talk soon. And again, Ebonee Spears missing from Wilmington, North Carolina, 6 years now, and we're going to keep searching for her. Look her up, and we're going to add a bunch of other things to this interview as well over the time frame of what we've done to try to find Ebonee. But that reward still remains out there, guys, and we just want to get that word out there. Thank you.
If you have information on Ebonee's case, please contact the Q Center 24-hour tip line at 910-232-1687.